and welcome. Had a little bit of a rough start. Hi, Joshua. How are you? Yes, you're first tonight. How you been? Well, Deidre, hello. So you guys see me in person instead of Memorex. Hi, Louie, and how are you? Good to see you all. So it's been a while since I've been on. You guys miss me? Deidre, how are you? And Louie, you're doing great today. I'm actually doing fairly well myself. Ashley, hello and welcome. It's been a while since I've seen you guys. Of course, I haven't been live streaming a whole lot in the last few weeks. It's so nice to see you all. Uh, yeah, I know. And when I have been live streaming, I've been having the camera closed. So is this much better for you guys to see that I'm still living? So Ashley, you're all graduated now, aren't you? Soldier, hello. Good to see you, Soldier. Has it been hot enough for you guys? Sure has been hot here. Yeah, Ashley's been going to the beach. FlatEarthForums.com. Hello and welcome. Everyone welcome. Flat Earth Forums. Oh boy. Sure has been hot. So you guys thought I was kidding you about me gaining weight, eating all that ice cream. Look at these nice fat cheeks. Okay, soldier. Yeah, I don't care if they are fat. So Ashley, are you starting college in the fall, or have you already started? Or are you gonna hang out a while, enjoy yourself? I used to love enjoying myself between semesters. Just a bit, so I can sit back. There you go. Oh, you're starting in the fall, so you do get to enjoy the summer. That's fantastic. Tim, how are you? Ridge Runner, great to see you guys. Yeah, I'm alive and not Memorex. So I've been watching Ridge Runner's garden. Well, it's looking good there. And you know, Ridge, every year something of mine excels, and it's always different from the year before. And something is a flop, which is different from the year before. And Tim, he's the same old Tim, going out and finding old stuff, nice old stuff. Oh, yes, I'm collecting thumbs up. It is really, really good to see you all. You knew I couldn't stay away for very long, didn't you? Well, I sure had a problem with StreamYard last night. I got up and I tried to get on. It was really, really late. And the reason I do that is I don't like to aggravate people with something new. And I was hoping everybody was in the bed. And just as before I even tried to launch it, my internet went out. And guess what happened? Something very, very bad. Hi, Caroline. Good to see you. I didn't even launch it. And yet, people could get on there and chat. But where my internet was down, I couldn't take it down. I had no control over it. That's very bad because a troll could have come in there and wiped me out. Of course, I could have shut it down which I did. Like about 3 hours later, my internet came back, and I was able to get it shut down. But you see, hi Sonia, welcome. Um, See, with Hangouts, I can shut it down from my phone, and I have full control, even with my phone, and uh, I can shut it down. I can delete it, but I couldn't even do that with StreamYard. It was a bad problem with it. Hi, Dreamweaver. Oh, you had your first troll. Yeah, was he a cute one or mean one, Ridge Runner? Oh, Flat Earth Forum. I'm sorry I missed it. He had his first live. Let me check and see if I have your bell ring. I do now. I had it on. I had it on, but not on. all the time. I do know. Oh, nobody showed up. Maybe nobody's. Maybe they didn't send out a notification. That has happened also. I have had people tell me that they just happened to stumble across me and did not get a notification. Oh, you're just kidding. Yeah, that mower was something else. I knew it was a mower, but not like anything I'd seen in a. I think I remember seeing them in the yards of like relics. It was really old. Hi, Draper. How are you? Everyone, welcome, Draper. Skeeter. Yes, I'm patriotic. Very, very. Well, I have a vet husband, so. Oh, it's so nice to see you, Skeeter. Oh boy, Caroline. How about so hot? I I don't even want to go out there. I think it's that way where Deidre's at too. Too hot to even want to leave the house. Look here, all my older friends coming in. This is so nice. Yeah, the humidity. Well, I think it rains 3 or 4 times a day here now. And then when it stops, it just gets hotter and more humid. Yeah, Skeeter, everyone welcome Skeeter because Skeeter goes way, way back with me. Back when I was, before I was elegant. And we have a surprise for y'all.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Soldier. Good to see you up here.
Good to see you. Good to see everybody in the chat. How you doing?
Well, I've been doing pretty good.
Okay, that's great. Is Carolyn in? Did Carolyn come over yet? I was my computer had froze up. I just oh there's hey Nick, how you doing? I was in Carolyn's live stream and she wanted me to say hello and that she would be over shortly.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we were just talking about you. She had just asked and I'd heard from you and I said you commented on one of my videos a couple of days ago and it was like 5 minutes later you went live and I said she just went live. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I think everyone knows that I'm real, real busy packing up and moving. Y'all know I'm moving to Michigan, selling
Mm-hmm.
my farm. And my daughter would be here sometime this week to help me pack up more stuff. Hello, movie buff.
Hey, Movie Buff.
Welcome.
Yeah, Movie Buff was over there on her live stream. I told her about your peach trees video you did.
Oh, about how it's loaded down.
Yeah. Well, I didn't talk about that part. I just told her you were showing your peach trees.
And we have Nick in the house. How you doing, Nick? I'm sending you an invite as we speak. Because I know you like to come up. Keith Tisdale. Keith, you don't ring a bell. I don't think I know you. But welcome anyway.
I might have asked you this before, but how do you keep the worms out of the peaches? Like, what do you use?
Okay. Yeah, because you know I like to be all natural.
Yeah.
So early in the spring, I spray it with lemon, dish soap, and water. I spray the leaves and the trunk and everything. And in fact, I did it yesterday um, because yeah, peaches are really bad,
Yeah.
to bugs. And so far, mine haven't gotten any. Did you see how beautiful they were?
They were. Yeah.
Anyway, Keith Tisdale, welcome. And I want my chat to welcome you.
Hello, Keith.
And Diana SFNG, hello. And everyone, welcome Diana. It's very good to see these new people coming in. Keith, where did you hear about me? Because I'm not subscribed to you, but I am going to check out your channel, and I just might. And if you like us, you can do the same. Yeah, so other than that, just soapy water, dish soap. A lot of people say Dawn, but I kind of like that lemony joy or whatever is lemony.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's my sweet Mike.
Hey, Mike.
And Mike, I'm going to send you an invite. I don't know if you can come up or not, but you're always welcome to come up. We always love you. Susie, my goodness, hello and welcome. Everyone, welcome Susie.
Hey, Susie.
So, soldier,
Mm-hmm.
do you see? Look how fat my little cheeks are from all that eating and ice cream.
I noticed that. Yeah. I sure
Oh,
did.
I wasn't kidding, was I?
No. Well, I mean, you do eat a lot of calories, so it's only a matter of time. That's good, though, for you.
Yes, it is. It's good that I'm pudgy.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, my doctor loves it too.
I mean, ice cream is one of the, if you want to put on weight, that's one of the best ways to do it, is to eat a lot of
Yeah,
ice cream.
yeah. Look at there, all these new people, old people. This is
Yeah.
great.
I know you don't like those Cliff Bars. We were talking about that other day, but if you want to put on weight, those things are high calorie too. And I have them here, but I have to watch out because they're like 250 calories a piece. And, before you know
Yeah.
it,
Well,
you eat
see,
1,000 calories.
what I really need to do is to make sure that anything I eat has a lot of nutrition in it.
Mm-hmm.
And, but,
Yeah.
I still like my ice cream.
Yeah.
So
And yet,
how's it going tonight?
how are you, Mike?
I've been better, but I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
I helped my son on the farm, uh, giving his cows deworming and air tags and whatnot, and he was just taking too long, so I jumped in the pen to help chase the cows, and I was climbing out, and I kind of got kicked. Well, hello there, Nick. And anyways, I got the tail end of her kick, so I got no bruises. I barely felt it, but she kind of peeled my skin on my leg, and so my back used to hurt, but now my back feels fine because my leg hurt so bad.
Hmm.
But now, after last night, it's feeling a lot better now, so I stopped using it. So
Good to hear that. A Ridge Runner. Yes, I do remember Michael. Michael, the Ultimate Fabricator or something like that. In fact, he did send Peanut a couple of knives, brand new. He ordered them from um, Amazon. And thank you, Dreamweaver and Ridge Runner.
Well, did you play any new games, Glenda?
Huh? Any
Yeah,
game?
video games.
Oh, I got acquainted with the controller.
Okay, that's about it.
And
Okay.
then I was deemed a, a dumbass, So,
See, what game did you? What were y'all playing? Fortnite.
uh, well, yeah,
Okay.
but I guess I'm unteachable, so whatever.
well, it takes a while to start playing with it to understand how to get which buttons to push at the right time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and I still don't have that eliminating all those people down pat yet either.
Well, you got to yell and scream and everything else like Peanut does, and that might help you.
Yeah, that's right. So you guys had a cookout with Michael? Yes, I do remember Michael real well. I absolutely adore that guy. I wish he would come on my live stream, but I know he's been real busy. I think he was building him a gigantic workshop. Yeah. So I'm finally out of ice cream, so I'm back on the yogurt. Maybe I'll lose these big fat chubby cheeks.
Well, big fat chubby cheeks or not, I love the new look. How's that?
All right. Well, I guess it's anything's better than a photograph, isn't it?
Are you hinting that you shot that one up and you need another one?
No, I'm not. Me being live is a lot better
Oh, that, yes.
than than having my icon.
Yep, I love that much better. Was that a toot?
Huh?
Hey, Nick. What's up, Nick?
Well, Kathleen slipped in on me while I was running my mouth.
Hey,
Hello.
Kathleen.
Yeah, hello, Kathleen. Nice seeing you in here.
Well, thank you for.
You all right, soldier?
Huh?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Busy.
Been busy? Okay.
Hello, elegant.
Well, Nick, how you been?
Oh, I've been giving trolls some counselling.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, me and Bobby McNutt.
Yeah, Bobby gets his share of trolls.
He
Oh,
sure
yeah.
does. Yeah.
Oh, we love it. We make them so welcome.
You've had one already, Glenda.
I saw him, and Kathleen came.
Yeah.
Kathleen,
Yeah.
from, what is that? Left hook. Oh, and Deidre timed him out. So, okay, good, cool. I'll see if I can alert YouTube. Yes, report. Um, Okay. Good. Oh man, I missed a live stream, and y'all had Michael there. Oh darn it! So Nick, is it hot where you're at?
Very warm,
Yeah.
and I absolutely hate it.
Yep. I hate it too. Rosanna, hey, welcome. Good to see you, Rosanna.
Hey, Rosanna.
Man, everybody's sneaking in on me, and when I'm running my mouth, I don't see them.
You got 20 folks in here.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
my goodness.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Caroline asked you, is it beef cattle, Mike?
Yes, they're the beef cattle. We raise, we have the mother cows, and they have babies, and we raise them up for slaughter, in which she got slaughtered so we could eat some steaks out of her the same day. Just paybacks. Hello, Rosanna. Yeah, my son was a little late deworming the cows and whatnot because of certain things going on and whatnot. Finally got to it. Got them all done. None of them escaped this time.
Yeah, none of them got sick, did they?
Oh, no. Normally we don't get the chute shut fast enough, and found out one of the springs wasn't working for the head gate as well. And so they were able to hit it hard enough that they could just slide right on out. It's usually the younger stock. At this time, we put one of them rubbers that you can denut a bull with, use that for a spring, and that worked pretty good. Tenderloin. Take it right out of her back. Actually, she's still running around.
Yeah.
But she's definitely the first one on the list for this fall.
I haven't had much experience with, cattle, but I know that a horse of mine kept me busy because she was quite social, and she would get out, and everybody. She liked all the neighbors when they drove by. She would get out and she'd go down to the church and harass those people. She'd try to walk right in. She'd hear them singing and she'd go, you know. But, they all fed her carrots and apples. And
Did you read me comment in the side chat, Elegant?
I don't see one there, Nick.
I saw it.
Oh, it must be the side chat. There's so many chats.
I'll read it again. There you go.
It's an invitation, a lovely invitation.
yeah. Yep, please come to my channel. I will make you most welcome to the trolls.
Caroline, it's very hot here. I'm in Alabama. It's very hot. It's been in the mid 90s.
Wow.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
One of my mates bought a brand new Bobcat the other day.
I totally love driving them if it is a Bobcat you drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, those are so fun.
Oh, they are. I had to go on his field.
Hey, Rosanna. That's right, Caroline. I am a Tide fan.
A
Definitely.
Dreamweaver, my horse, uh, when Ted had surgery and didn't go down there to feed her, she was quarter horse and something else. Anyway, she would come up and knock on the back door, paw at it, because she knew something was wrong. She knew he was sick or something because, he didn't come down to feed her. She'd come right up on the porch, knock on the door.
Hmm.
We had electric fences, we had regular fences. Didn't bother her, she'd find a way out.
Well, and some of the cattle, and I've noticed horses doing the same thing, that long hair on their nose. They usually take that and they'll rub it on the fence and they get just a slight shock to know whether it's on or not, or if it's buried in blackberries or something. So it's not as strong to where, heck, I can go through that.
Yeah,
They're not stupid animals. You think they are sometimes, but no, some of them have a crooked brain there.
oh my gosh, Caroline said it's going to be over 100.
Mm.
Oh,
Thank you, Flat Earth Forums. Appreciate that. I'll give your channel a look, okay?
oh yes, do not forget my mods. I have Just Mike. I have Nick. Was it Nick 74, I believe?
Yeah, Nick Jones 74 and Budgie's Rule.
And I have Soldier Poet.
And Linda just came in.
Well, hello, Linda.
I didn't even see that. Oh, hey, Linda.
Welcome.
No, mate, you should have seen me on the Bobcat. Oh my God, you would have been in stitches.
Were you trying to flip it?
I nearly did.
Oh,
I climbed out of it, lost my foot, and I fell straight into a cow pat.
Oh no. Find any mushrooms growing around it?
Oh yeah.
All right.
And
So the day wasn't lost after all.
Oh, it was smelly. And then I went I had to go the following day and I crashed it into the tree.
Are you just learning how to drive that thing?
Never been on one before.
Oh, I'd love to watch the new people get on there. The first thing I warn them, if you don't want to kill yourself, lay your arms on the armrests and never take them off. That helps steady you.
Yeah, but I don't know why people keep on telling me that I crashed into the tree. The tree was in the way.
So did you remove it?
Oh, it come down.
So that took care of that. So you should be okay then.
No.
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 You got more trees in the way?
No, my mate's getting into all, do you know, like land clearance and that.
Oh, okay.
And he's buying a mulcher. He's buying a mulcher for it.
thank you, Linda. The one dislike is probably that troll. He probably didn't like being booted.
That's right. Linda, I'm sorry you're having a bad time with your back, and David, same with you. I'll pray for both of y'all.
Do you know the best thing what I found for bad back?
What's that?
Oh, Linda.
I always go to the chiropractor.
Oh yeah, I like chiropractors too.
I do too.
But you have to have a good one. Mine looks like Superman Clark Kent. And let me tell you, he does a fantastic job. The only thing is I think I did a little worse this last time because it's taking a while to get in. I think I've been in there 4 or 5 times. Figured 2 more times, hopefully I'll be back to shape again.
Yes,
I
Dave,
think
that's wonderful what you're going out.
I think my next door neighbour had problems with his back for over 20 years. And the doctor took him to the chiropractor,
Hi,
chiro doctor,
hi,
and he was
Carolyn.
really good.
Oh, Carolyn said she watched the entire ad. Oh, that was so sweet of you. What
I
was
did
it?
too. I don't even remember what it was about, but I did too.
Was it a long one?
No, it wasn't long.
Yeah, the one I watched was 8 minutes.
Oh yeah.
That's payback
Oh, I don't watch ads.
for all the 15-minute ones I had to watch on your channel. It's payback.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's some I've watched some that are 15 minutes long. And I'm thinking that's longer than this person's video I'm gonna watch. What the heck is going on here?
I know.
I literally have watched some that's about 3.5 minutes. No joke. But I
Yeah,
only did it because you're my friend. That's the only reason.
well, there's one that I watched in which YouTube is trying to get us to sell us a space for ads, and what it is, you put in one of your videos in that space, and so you might end up watching someone's, let's just say, 30-minute ad, which is someone else's video.
Mm-hmm.
If you happen to like whatever it is they're showing, before you get to see their channel. And I will admit this is a foreign channel I was going to subscribe to or whatever. And once I finally, because I let them run, once I finally got through to it, then they had a 10-minute video, and I think they put 10 ads themselves in that video. All they were there for is to make money on ads. They didn't even care about what their video was about.
Oh
And
yeah.
I figured I'm not even going to go with these people. They're just money hungry, don't want to show a good content.
I have nothing there. Hi, Joran. Welcome.
Hey, Joran.
Everyone, welcome Carolyn. And please, she's a beautiful, beautiful, sweet lady. Please check out her channel. And Dreamweaver and Ridge Runner, they're starting to make more videos. Please check out theirs. You won't be sorry. And Linda is starting to make Life with Linda. And Flat Earth Forums, please check out his channel, as well as the ones up on panel. And don't forget yours truly if you don't have me.
Definitely. And thank you.
Well, hey, we take care of our own here.
Hey, Mike, you got to admit, I've got a nice picture of you on my dartboard now.
You do? Have you ever got a bullseye yet?
Oh, yeah, I got quite a few right in the middle of your head.
Nick,
man.
From me, because I have several target practices with his face on it. You learned it from me, didn't you, Nick?
I certainly did, Elegant.
Yep.
Yeah, but Elegant's not going to... She will not show the pictures that she's been shooting. The only reason why is the face is in perfect shape. She shot my ears off, my neck off. I don't have any hair left, but no bullseyes yet.
Glenda, y'all are using some heavy ammo too, aren't you? Some big stuff.
Yeah.
But you know those women, they like to torture you, so she's slowly but surely getting me tore
Hey,
apart
I
there.
don't get rid of you.
Oh, she's just using the 22s or something. She's not using the big stuff.
Right.
Yeah, just torturing you with it.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
I can always give a couple of few of the pictures to my mate's lad. He's in the army. He can go and blow it up with a rocket.
Well, if you get a video of it, it'd be well worth it.
How are you? Oh,
Hey.
Joanne hit his 1K. Congratulations, Joanne. And 4 blessings. Everyone welcome. 4 blessings.
Hey, 4 blessings and congrats, Joran.
This is so cool. Homesteading the hard way. Hello and welcome. everyone welcome them. They're friends of mine. I think I homestead the hard way too. You know, anytime you have property, you have a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
And the more you try to do, the more work you have.
Yeah.
And unless you have like 13 children and most of them male, it's a lot of work.
It definitely is a lot of work. The more acreage you have, the busier you are.
Yeah, I enjoy homesteading channels too. I guess it's that sick sense of humor I got.
Just trying to keep up with the Joneses, I'm sure.
Yeah, you want to know if everybody else is working as hard as you are.
That's right. And what was that they had in there? I've got to get one of those.
Yeah. Well, look there, they found a better way to do that.
You got so much stuff there, Glenda. You just about had to call Christie's auction house, didn't you? Get rid of all that stuff. Oh, they.
Yes, yes. I am calling an auction. There's an auctioneer down here that's pretty popular.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have a blast.
So what I'm curious about is that trailer that already went to storage. In the trailer, was it a 50-50 split? Some of it was yours and some was your husband's? Or were you able to rule and get everything of yours in there?
What trailer? The one we took to Michigan?
Yes.
Oh, it was just a U-Haul rental.
Yeah, but would you have in it your stuff or his stuff or both your stuffs?
Oh,
No comment.
okay. You know that big family room that we never use hardly?
Right?
Okay, there was a sofa and a love seat in there. We took that. We had a freezer in the basement. We took it. We had to empty it out, clean it out and all. I forgot what else, but anyway, we had it full. It was stuff that I will not miss because I still have my living room.
So you
I
gave it
just cleaned out the family room and a freezer.
so you gave it to the family members or the stuff
Yeah,
you put in the trailer?
her house is it's humongous and it's kind of empty because when she got her divorce, her hubby took a lot of stuff.
Right.
And I told her, go ahead, it's worth it to get rid of him.
Yeah, because it's just stuff, and you can get more stuff that doesn't have any memories of him or whatever.
Right. So, I still have that. That was like a drop in a bucket with that trailer load.
Well, I was just curious whether you wanted to make sure your treasures got to Michigan first, just in case something happened to them.
No, you know what's neat? Okay, my bedroom she's got a empty bedroom. She's got 2 extra bedrooms. So we each have our own room to put our junk in. Okay, so her living room and dining room, she's going to devote it to us so I can take my living room. She's got a kitchen in the basement. I can take all my kitchen junk. So there you go. It's already figured out. Plus, she has a living area in her basement. So her house can, if I don't take a lot of junk, it will accommodate all my stuff. And that must be a heck of a house if a household like me can move in.
Right. Well, some people don't collect much stuff anyway. They have a big house, a great big living room, and they might have 2 chairs and a lamp. And you're thinking, are you missing something here?
Yeah.
So
She got wiped out from her ex-husband though. And she was glad to do it. You know, you'll do anything to get rid of a headache, right?
right.
Hey, Select Homestead.
Select Homestead, welcome. Oh, and Tim says not junk, precious collectibles.
That's
Good night,
right.
Diana.
Good night, Diana.
Thank you for stopping in, Diana. And everyone check out Diana's channel as well.
Yeah, she's got a great channel.
Yes.
Well, I've nearly hit 500 on my other channel, on this channel.
That's great.
Yeah, 5 away.
Well, it gets more exciting the closer it gets to that 1,000.
Yeah. Nora, hello. Northern Ohio. Welcome.
Nora, what are you doing here?
Hey, Northern.
Nora used to come in a lot more often, but he's got quite active. His channel's growing. He's putting more content out there.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark. How you doing?
Mark. Hello and welcome, Mark. Yes, I know you've been busy. It gets that way. Oh, don't I know that? And plus, with me moving, and you all do know that I can't upload or live stream as much as I used to. I want to get moved before winter.
How much have you got done?
What's that?
How much have you got done?
How much have I got done? Nothing. In fact, I'm not moving fast enough. So my daughter's taking vacation time and coming down and packing me up. She'll also throw away all my junk. So I'm going to tell her, no, don't throw it away. Put it in a box and we'll call. But first, I did promise a few people a few things. So I've got everybody's boxes. You know, now this goes to so-and-so.
I was just wondering if you're going to stand over and say, no, don't throw that away. Put that over here and that sort of thing.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yes, I will. That's guaranteed. Oh, no, you can't throw that away. I promised that to so-and-so.
Elgin,
Yeah.
I gotta admit, you're starting to sound a bit like my mum, you are.
What's that?
You're starting to sound a bit like my mum.
Oh, I sound like your mom?
Yeah. Oh, I might need that, and she's never used it.
Well, now, I don't care if I need it or not. Because, hey, where she lives, it's shopping central. I can have anything I want in 5 minutes. So I'm not worried about replacing stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing to remember. See what the value of it is, and okay, is it worth moving all the way over there, or just let it go here and get you a new one when you get there?
Exactly, Mike. That is the best advice. In fact, I should have already incorporated that by saying, okay, you're taking up real estate here.
Right.
Are you worth it?
If it's something that's relatively inexpensive, yeah, just buy something else. Buy it again. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I see. And I'm not really going to throw it away unless it's broken or junk. I'm going to call a truck for, that Purple Heart, the veterans.
Right.
Mm.
So, they will get the benefit. Yes, I'm not moving fast enough. My daughter, she'll catch my back turned. And she's one of those people that I used to accuse her. She can go in the kitchen, just turn around, and it's clean. Where it would take me 3 days to clean it.
I
Oh,
don't know how they do
I
that.
don't clean the kitchen.
Well, I do, but it's once a month, and that's only because I can't see out my window anymore. So I get it all loaded in the dishwasher so I can see again.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've got a good dishwasher. It's called me mum.
Ooh, you're lucky.
Hello, Mr. Ward. How are you?
I guess I'm different. I find satisfaction in cleaning like kitchens and bathrooms. You know what I mean? Like the pine saw and all that. I like that. I don't know.
You're still young.
I'm not young. I just I just kind of like I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Well,
I
So
not
just
you're
like
nearly
cleaning.
60.
Hmm.
So you're nearly 60, aren't you?
No, I'm not that old. I'm 49.
when I lived on the farm, I never left a dish in the sink. It went straight to the dishwasher, and I had clean bathrooms and everything else. I moved here. It's like I almost gave up. I feel
Yeah.
so guilty when my youngest daughter, she always puts the crap in in the sink. Now I look like her.
select select homes that come to my house and see if it's fun. Well, it all depends on how big a house you have. I mean, yeah, if I had like uh 5 or 6 bathrooms to clean, I guess I wouldn't like that. But
I
those would be closed off. Nobody'd be using like 5 of them.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I just don't see the point in having 5 or 6 bathrooms in
I
the
mean,
house.
I don't either. But I mean, if you had there's houses not far from here that are huge. I mean, they probably do have 5 bathrooms in them.
What's the
Um,
point?
well, I mean, they're like I don't know. They have like 10 bedrooms, so like I agree with you, but I'm just saying that's what some people like, you know.
Well, they're going to use a different bathroom every day.
No, you might have 5, 6 people living there. They might have their own bathroom.
Yeah,
Well, make them use the same one.
I can see 3 bathrooms. One for the yourself, master bathroom. One for the guests, and one for the family. If not two guest bathrooms, I guess we could call them.
Yeah.
I agree that people are so spoiled now. They think
Oh,
they got to have a TV in every room.
Yep,
right.
Everybody's got their own bathroom. Yeah.
3 bathrooms. And three
Well,
bathrooms, 4 bedrooms, and the basement's finished. It is humongous. And the trouble of it is, right now, no one's there ever. She works all the time. And my granddaughter goes to college. She's and works. So I'd love to have you, mom and dad. Plus, she's an RN. She's good to have around. Oh, it's
Oh,
offering the 4-holer.
a 4-holer.
Is that for your, your the guests that you really like?
Really like.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, if y'all like old movies like I do, like you see these movies from the 30s and people be in a hotel, right? If they don't have bathrooms in the room, not all of them, like there's one or two central bathrooms on the floor, like everybody has to go use that. It's so weird nowadays because like every room has its own bathroom, you
Yeah.
know.
Right.
But I think that's really fascinating how they did stuff back then because it's just they didn't see that as a priority to have that much plumbing in a building, I guess. But
Yeah, I was kind of shocked when I seen some of those places, which I think they're actual apartments or whatever, but those apartments all share one bathroom, and that includes the shower and everything in there. And I'm thinking
Yeah.
that is so odd.
Well,
Yeah.
I was, this was in the early '90s. I was staying at a Air Force base in Panama City, and there's a common bathroom between two rooms, the tub, the shower, the toilet, everything, and you had a locked door, of course. And yeah, you had to. If somebody was in there, you had to use it. I mean, you just have to go all the way to the lobby, which was not close, you know. But yeah, that's probably as close as I've ever dealt with something like that as far as hotels go.
Yeah, I know, Rich Runner. I am blessed to have family. And no, Carolyn, it's not on one floor. Um, but she's still um, trying to figure out ways to make it easier for me.
Select Homestead was talking about having to use the outhouse when someone's in the back. I had to do that. I remember one time I was a teenager because my relatives about an hour from here had a outhouse, and like I said, someone was in the regular restroom. I had to go all the way across the field and use that, and it did have something in there that was buzzing around. I guess it was bees, but I got out of there quickly.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I'd like to ask the chat and the panel. I've got a spider bite that is bugging me, and I need to go put some stuff on it. Can you all watch the chat?
yeah,
It's not new. I've had it like 3 or 4 days, and it's killing me. So I need to put something on it to stop the pain and the itch or whatever it is.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I'll be right back.
okay.
Yeah, we don't have an outhouse here, but we used to have a pea tree. Well, the trees got chopped down, so now we have a pea bush.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they had the outhouse, and then my mom's side of the family, my other relatives in the adjacent county, they also had an outhouse you could use. So I was very familiar with them before I joined the army. I got really familiar with them then, but yeah, not something I enjoyed doing, but just part of life sometimes.
Well, when I was younger, I used to pick strawberries, and all the strawberry fields, different fields, had wooden outhouses on all of them. And when you got to go, you got to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, for dudes, I mean, if I'm not going in there unless it's a. I
Right,
can't believe we're
right.
talking about all this. But yeah, if it's just a number one, I'm just gonna find a bush somewhere. But if it's the other thing, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go ahead and go in there. But I don't like it, but I will.
Well, you know, it's kind of funny that normally we talk about food. We're talking about where the food comes out at.
I know we're talking about the result of eating the food.
Yeah.
I hope that spider bite. I mean, I wonder what. I kind of want to see what that looks like, unless it's somewhere I can't see. But I mean, that's kind of disturbing. I mean, she said it's really hurting her.
Well, I got bit in Texas, and I thought it was a mosquito bite right in the back of my leg, and it just kept hurting, kind of. I mean, it never looked like a mosquito bite, but it kind of swelled up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, and good Lord, that was the end of April. I went to Texas. To this day, I got this bump, and it almost feels like, in my mind, a mosquito bit me. I swatted it, and his stinger, nose, or what do you call that thing, got stuck in me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried scraping the top of the skin off. I tried the tweezers. I can't see anything, but in case there's something stuck in there, and there's nothing there, but there's this bump in there. But for the longest time, this is irritating.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it was a spider bite, not a mosquito.
Oh yeah. Well, probably. Yeah.
And who knows what kind of spiders they got there, because I don't live in Texas, so them geckos weren't doing their job, I guess.
Good old calamine lotion.
Feel better?
But,
Yeah. Yeah.
You sure that's not like a brown recluse or something, aren't you,
Well,
Linda?
it bit me 3 or 4 days ago. So
Okay, I'm just making sure. I don't want your skin to rot off. I mean, it will. It's what they. That's what their venom does. It
Well,
causes
no,
skin necrosis.
and it would have went away, but when it itches, I scratch it in my sleep, and I get it stirred up again. You know.
Yeah.
Carolina, all I know is it was in the late evening where it was dark. We were sitting at the patio table with the cement, and I felt this sting, and I swatted it, not knowing. I mean, the mosquitoes were the size of hummingbirds, and that's why I thought that's what it was. So I almost don't think it was a tick.
Oh, it's Mark. It's too far away from my heart to kill me. It's behind my knee, right in the crook. You know where your knee bends, and it's in the back.
Right where it's getting irritated every time you take a step.
Yes.
Is it very, very red around the butt?
No, it's just the.
Okay.
It's got a lump, and it should have already went away. I'm
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
thinking about doing surgery on it.
Okay. Would you? I mean, just keep a check on it because
Oh
we
yeah.
have those around here, and I've just seen the pictures of what happens when you don't address this, if that's what it is, which it may not be.
Oh, my baby birds flew the coop,
Sweet.
and I looked at them every day. I tried to be, out of the way and not bother the mama, but I would go look at them, and they got big and fat, their little bellies, and they always had their mouths open. But I would go out, and they were on a shelf up against my house, and I would go out and make sure it was under the overhang, and I would go out and make sure the plants shaded them. And I'd also put out little bowls of water for the mama bird,
Mm-hmm.
and I made sure they were shaded at all times of the day because it was actually, well, it was a plant shelf, and it was actually my marjoram plant. So that was a good spot. It was real high up, so nothing got to them. The dogs didn't get to them or nothing like that. So yeah, they made it, and they flew the coop. And I was glad that they made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad's kind of puzzled. We have a hawk that got the dove, and we got doves all over the place. And so there's this pile of feathers out in the woods, where his wood's there. And he says he went out there the next day, and there wasn't a feather one. And he was just kind of shocked and thinking, well, maybe a bird's making a nest and took them all. So I don't know where the feathers went. Normally there's a big pile of them when a hawk gets one of those birds, but
I'll be right back. Okay.
alrighty.
Thank you, soldier. Yep. So let's see. As far as updates, my peaches are not ready yet. They're still hard. Um, I went out and sprayed them again to keep the bugs off because they're so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And did you all see my daughter's pond video?
Right?
She sent me that photo, and I didn't know what it was. I looked at it and I go, "Oh my gosh." Because when I was up there, she said she was working on it. And boy, it turned out amazing. But that girl I don't know how she does it.
But for what I've seen, she's got a beautiful place.
Yeah, well, she gets that from me, but she gets her workaholic from her dad.
And that's a disease. We
Yeah,
should get paid by the government for having it.
yeah, it's a disability.
It actually is. I hate to say it, but it is.
Oh yeah, but you know what? A lot of people. Oh, look at there. Speaking of Mr. B, look, 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 look. Guess what he brought me?
We didn't get to see him, but that's sweet of him.
Coffee.
Amen.
Thank you, baby. You're welcome. Yep, coffee.
Yeah, I just finished a cup. I got to go walk the dog in a little bit. Yeah, my dad, he's got that tractor, the John Deere tractor with the bucket on it. And it's been so dry around here that the pond's pretty close to drying up. And he's been out there. I mean, normally we go through a tank of gas a year or diesel a year and that thing. I've filled it up 3 times now because he's out there just playing, digging that pond deeper, trying to get find the water so he has water year round instead of having to fill it all the time. And good Lord, it's probably, I'd have to measure, but it's probably 12 foot deep now from the grass down. And he says, I can't believe what that tractor can do.
Wow.
He's having fun, though, that's for sure. I'd swear it's going to be a swimming pool.
Hi, Pewdie Wyatt. Welcome. Yeah, you know, those features they're nice. I used to have them at my other farm, the one in Michigan. Actually, my other farm, remember I told you I had the 9 acres?
Right?
It backed up to her property because they built that subdivision, and that's when they started bothering me to buy my land. And at that time, it wasn't for sale, but they did want easement for their electric. And I think they would come by and say, well, you know, most people give it to us. So I go, you know what, bud? Nobody ever gave me anything.
That's right.
They said, well, you know, we just want, you know, a couple of feet. And I go, yeah, a couple of feet, like something like 1,300 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you can't do nothing with your property once you get that easement or that piece.
right. So, you know, I made them pay me.
Yep, nothing's free anymore. That was a good thing as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's bad enough if your kids are going to do it, fine, but not just anybody.
Yeah. I had a lot of visitors from that subdivision. They did want the back 6 acres, and they more or less wanted to give it to me. And I think I already told you guys how much I finally sold that place for. It was a fortune, but they wanted me to give it to them. And they even asked me, well, what are you going to do with it? Don't you just love that when you have something and somebody else wants it? Well, you're not using it. What do you want it for?
Well, it's like this place here. They build they have a duplex next door to me, and they kind of, in my opinion, illegally stuck a small trailer house and using it as a business. But when they were putting that in, they're going to need a drained field for that one too. And so they started to come over to this place with the drain lines and put the drained field that wasn't even on their property on this property. And Dad caught him and told him, "Get the hell off my property." That's what back when he still owned it. But some people just think they own the world, I think. Well, you're not using that field, just tall grass. Yeah, right. Well, that's beside the point.
Well, you know, there was another issue with that property. Hubby was remodeling a tore up shed in the backyard,
Mm-hmm.
and they came by and put a stop work order on it. I don't even want to tell you what hubby did. But But it ended up, I told them, they wanted us to take it down. That it was no longer grandfathered in because hubby fooled with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, we have 9 acres and don't bother anyone. You come in my backyard and wonder about a shed. Guess what? Your electric lines are on my property and they're not supposed to be. So guess what? You can move them or, shut up about the shed. They
Right.
shut up about the shed.
Amen. It
I'm
takes
really,
all kinds of people to run this world, though.
well, I'm really good about reading, blueprints and searching through old records and, property records.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that those electric lines were illegally put on my property.
Hmm.
Well, plus I usually have to take over because hubby's way is like Clint Eastwood. He took
Right.
that sticker, took it down to City Hall to the to
Did
the
he
guy.
put it where the sun didn't shine? Or
Well,
is he calmer?
he told no, and he slammed it down on the desk and said, "You tell so and so that next time he comes in my backyard, I'll shoot his ears off." So, of course, to keep Sweet Thing out of the can, I go take over, and try to diplomatically take care of it. I do it by, you really don't want to mess with me because, if you keep talking about my shed, I'll just have to pursue,
Right.
you guys somehow illegally let the electric company run lines down my property. So they shut up. So I don't know if it was me or hubby, but we make a great team. But his
Well,
way scares me.
hubby?
Yeah,
Why?
I'm always afraid they're going to stick him in the can somewhere.
Oh,
Because and he's serious. Whatever he tells him, he'll do it. Hi, simple man. How are you? Hey, good to see you.
yeah, I will admit I don't like my feathers getting ruffled either. It only makes common sense on some things, and if these stupid people don't have common sense themselves, it just drives you crazy.
Yes, I did, Mr. Ward. I did see the end of your video. He was eating fruit. And it looked like, oh, wow, what a nice video. And then he starts choking and coughing.
So he ended the video.
Yes.
33 seconds.
Yes. Yes, you guys make sure you're welcome. Simple Man's Barbecue. So how are you on that foundation, Mike? Are you finished with it?
We actually, that end that we were working on, we have that done, and now we're over by the garage. There used to be a door on that end of the house, and my brother took it out because that's the end that all the weather hits. Well, I convinced him to put that door back because that's where you leave the driveway and go into the house with your groceries. The kitchen's right there, the pantry's right there. And he says, well, that does make a good idea to put that back there. But he says, the weather just tears the heck out of the door. I says, so buy a storm door to protect the door if that's is the biggest problem there. So we went out and bought a door, and we have air vents to stick in that end of the house. And after we get to the backside needs it too. So but we have to push the garage back over so it's level. And that's what's I just can't wait to get into it, but it rained all day, so
Yeah, I love my flag too, Simple Man.
Yeah, it looks great.
well, soldier, not your back. I think I'm gonna go probably walk the dog myself.
Okay, no
Right.
problem. I had to get a snack. I had
Oh,
getting hungry, so
well.
thank you, Deidre.
Why is coffee better if someone else makes it?
Um, well, I mean, I'm sure it's obviously just psychological, but I think it's just because you feel. I mean, this is what I would think. If someone else put some care into preparing something for you, I think that's probably the reason.
Yeah.
I can drink black coffee. I prefer it. My preferred way is just a little creamer. I don't like sugar though. Although I will use occasionally one of those sweetened creamers like hazelnut, but I just prefer milk really.
That's what I like mine. Just a little creamer.
Yeah,
I can drink it black, but I love it with cream.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that was good. So Mr. Ward is having problems with this shepherd uh, sitting on him.
What's
He's
she?
got a shepherd,
The shepherd's doing what? Crushing me right now. Oh,
yes,
okay.
sitting on him. Well, he just wants to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go throw something and have her fetch it. Or him. What's the shepherd's name, Mr. Ward?
I've always wanted one of those.
The shepherd?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've had several. I had several. They are wonderful. They're very, very lovely dogs. Smart too.
Yeah. My best friend growing up, they always had Dobermans, and they're very smart too. And I've always kind of wanted one of them as well.
Well, this little, whatever he is, my little Shiloh, he scares me. He's so smart.
Yeah, their dogs they were super smart. Um,
He
and I
was
like
supposed
it.
to be Yorkie, but he's 30 pounds.
Yeah,
He's not, but he is a terrier. And I don't know, he might even have Jack Russell in him. And they're very smart dogs.
mm-hmm.
And
Deidre, I'm sorry, Glenda. Go
he
ahead.
knows everything that I say.
Yeah, Deidre, they were mostly black. They had a little brown in them, but I mean, they had papers on them. They were like purebred Dobermans.
Yeah.
But the father of the father's name was Knight, and then the son dog was named King. Now I think Knight was a little smarter than his son was, but they were both, up there in intelligence. They come blue. No, I'm not that familiar with them, but um, that's I know what you're talking about. They're so dark that it's almost a blue sheen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, I've never had a Doberman, but I have had friends that have. They're very
yeah.
good dogs.
Oh, it's rare. Now they didn't cut their ears. The tail they did, but the ears they let stay natural. They told me that that's not necessary to clip the ears like that to get the that classic look, but it's just better to leave it like they are. So I thought that's what I'll do if I get one. I'm not gonna cut their ears. Oh, you had a black one, okay. Yeah, I love that when you pet them, they're just that short hair. They're just like just a muscular dog, and it's just they don't shed like some dogs do. I don't know. They're just pretty dogs. And my parents years ago, they had one of those chows. Now she was purebred too. She had papers, but she was kind of mean though. Honestly, not to me, but just to other people.
My dad had a Bouvier, and
What's that?
a Bouvier,
I'm not familiar with that.
they're almost a horse. They are
Oh, okay.
huge. And my dad had him specially trained. Plus, he taught him a lot.
Yeah.
And my dad liked to play games with us kids. I mean, we were adults, but we would come over and uh, he would give the dog a signal, and the Bouvier would block the door and not let us out.
Oh man. Oh, our
It was,
that's crazy. Wow. The chow they had, Deidre, was a red color, Amber. That was her name, by the way, Amber. And she wound up breeding with a black lab. And of course, all the puppies came out. They were all, they look more like a lab. They're dark and, but they were good puppies, good dogs. We, I was only like, I think 19 or something. And they gave them most of them away and kept two of them. Yeah, they named one of them Katie and the other one Button. Females. They gave all the males away. And then they had a dog not that long ago. Talk about intelligence. This dog was just a mutt, but you talk about a super smart dog. This dog was very intelligent. I don't know what. I don't know. It was like a medium sized dog. It looked like it maybe had shepherd in it and a bunch of other stuff, but very smart. Welcome back, Linda.
yeah, welcome back, Linda.
Rocky was its name, and this dog started having seizures real bad. He was up in age. He started having seizures, and eventually they had to put him to sleep.
Deidre says your kitten is a litter box trained soldier.
Yeah, I'm sure, but I'm busy. I'll be busy. Won't be able to meet up with you, so better just hold on to that kitten, okay? You are funny, Deidre.
Oh, she's hilarious.
I know. I do seriously though. I know, but seriously, Deidre, if I lived out where I could have animals, I would have a lot of cats and dogs. I'm not even kidding. I would have a lot, but because I love cats and dogs, both of them. I would have a goat. I want a couple of goats too. I'm serious. I want I've been watching those videos about the folks milking those goats, and they say, it tastes if you like, I guess they pasteurize it immediately, then chill it, and they say if you keep it real cold, it tastes a lot like cow's milk. I've never had it before, but
My daughter keeps trying, well, she has in the past, trying to get me to get a couple of goats and keep them in the house for her. Yeah, right.
in the house, that's not a good idea.
I told her she was dreaming. She said, but Mom, they're so cute.
A mini goat.
I said, well, have them in your house. Well, they won't let me have them here. Yeah.
Yeah, on this video, they were showing how they just kind of restrain the back legs of this goat, and if you don't, they'll be kicking the bucket and trying to get. It was fascinating watching them milk that goat. You can spoil them rotten.
Yeah, no kidding, Dieter. Just like my horse. My horse was supposed to keep the grass chewed down, right? No, we had to go down and feed her every day. She was much too good to eat grass.
Mm-hmm.
So my goat, goats are supposed to clean the hillsides, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not mine. Mine would say, hey, you can just feed me instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we would have spoiled goats like our horse was spoiled.
Yeah, they were saying, once you get these goats now, it's a daily responsibility. You can't just think you can not attend to them. You have to. I said, well, that's the only downside to that, because I don't know that I want to milk a goat every day. I'm just serious. I don't know if I would.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you want to go on vacation or something, you have to have a neighbor that's willing to
Yeah,
milk it. That's what I
right.
used to do here when I was younger. The neighbors wanted to go leave for vacation, so they had me come over and milk their cow every day till they came home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Joanne, my daughter has a cord. What are they called? Corgis or corgis? Anyway, it's mixed with shepherd. And if that's not the sweetest, most beautiful dog, in fact, she saw it in a shelter on Facebook down here, and she saw it and demanded that I be first in line to go pick that dog up from the
Hmm.
shelter. And sure enough, I was looking at it on the shelter, the Facebook pages, and it had a lot of interest. And I told her, I said, we probably won't get it. There's so many people wanting it. She says, Mom, I want that dog. If you have to get up 3 hours and wait in line, I want that dog. So we went and we waited in line, and we were first in line. Sure enough, when we were walking out the door, there's a family that walked in and says, hey, we come for Rocco. And I told my husband, I says, get.
Hmm.
Because we had the dog. And anyway, that was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And he is still a beautiful, and she says the sweetest dog she's ever had. So,
Yeah. No, I want the milk. That's why I was thinking about getting it. If I did get a goat, I wouldn't get a male goat. I would want them for. I'm not going to get one. Even if I had a big property, I'm not getting no goats. It's just too much trouble. I don't want that much responsibility. Honestly, I mean, dogs are enough responsibility. They're very needy as it is.
yeah. So, And then she's got one of my rescue dogs. Of course, I make all my family members when I get a rescue dog. I even tell them I'll deliver it to them in Michigan if they'll take it. And I take them to the vets, get them all cleared, cleaned up. And y'all know I go in the hole really bad for that because I don't. I'm not funded. I'm funded out of my own pocket. But I guess, gosh, I don't know. I probably, um, I probably found maybe 50 dogs a home in the 12 years I've been here. So a lot of times I've had to go out and hunt them down because they were scared and hurting and starving and sick. And a lot of times I'd sit on the ground and I'd have me a little hamburger and they were still too scared. A lot, they say if you make yourself smaller than they are, like sit on the ground, you're not as threatening to them. And I've gotten several of them like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and hubby rolls his eyes like, oh gosh. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy to know that I made a difference with at least that many dogs. And I used to push all my family members to get them. And they were all really good about it.
Yeah. Well, that's really great that you could do that.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of like fell in my lap to do. I'm just lucky enough that, hubby, doesn't gripe about the money I spend on them. Because I have spent as much as $700-800 on a dog, one dog, to get them ready to get a new home.
Yeah.
But, I figure that's my contribution.
Yeah, it's a great thing to help these poor animals that
Yeah.
otherwise they wouldn't have much of a life expectancy if you hadn't have helped them.
No. No, when I get them, they're usually really, really sick and skinny. Sometimes pregnant.
I'm doing everything I can for Tony with this kid.
Got a big heart too.
Yeah, she's wanting to push this cat off of me. Nah, I know she's just joking.
Yeah. Well, see, that is not her cat. She just took it in, and
Oh yeah.
and it kittens. And you know what, Deidre? That's lovely too, because she has a dog also.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone wanted her dog either, so she took it. That's why I can't see. Now, look, it's not that I'm cheap, but I cannot see going out and buying a dog. And I'm not cheap because I spend 5-6 times that much getting the free dogs vet care, But, well, I don't know. I don't know why they come to me.
No, it's not cheap no matter how you look at it. Well, I think they come to you because it goes beyond our understanding
Yeah,
of the physical world. I'm not trying to be all, well, you know how I feel about spirituality and Christianity. And I think there's something they know, somehow they know that you care for them. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's too weird, but I just think they know.
I think they know too. Well, and like the Mayberry dogs, you know, they came from the road, and there was four of them. Oh my gosh, the mangiest. Oh gosh, were they just
They're
puppies?
mangy. Oh yeah,
They didn't have a hair on them, and yet they come running right in front of our car. And you know, I had just come from chemo, and I was sicker than a dog. And I looked at my hubby. I go, "Oh gosh, surely I don't have to take in four puppies." Well, actually, there was five because there was another one a little bit older that was taking care of them, and that's why. So anyway, I reached out. We brought him home. Of course, I did not bring him to my home because of the mange.
yeah,
We took him to the barn and sterilized our car out, you know. And uh, there's several charities, you know, uh, shelters that I support financially. I
yeah.
called one, and thankfully they came out and picked them up and took them to the vets. And I gladly gave them $100 bill and said, and they said, you don't have to do that. Um, anyway, they're quite famous. They're called the Mayberry Dogs. They're all over Facebook, and they were called Andy, you know, Miss B, OP, um,
Yeah.
yeah, Thelma,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
How
Anyway,
about Gomer? Anybody named Gomer?
no, count. I don't think there were enough boys,
Oh, okay.
but anyway, I still get photos of. Um, they were adopted out into a different state. I'm thinking Maryland.
Hmm.
I'm not sure, but anyway, it was East Coast, Northern,
Yeah.
and I still get updates, and they're the most gorgeous dogs, and you wouldn't believe how ugly they. Oh my, they were pitiful. But I got out of that one lucky because oh
Some of them are ugly, or all of them?
oh they none of them had any fur.
Oh,
They were pitiful, and they're beautiful now. I get pictures every now and then. But can you imagine the money that would have costed? But
yeah.
anyway, I do remember saying, God, now just how do you expect me to take care of these? You know, when I picked them up,
Yeah.
and he says, I take care of you, don't I? And when he said
Mm-hmm.
that, I go,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know,
I do know. Well, you're worth more than many sparrows. Remember that verse?
yeah.
We're all worth more than many sparrows. So he takes care of us. He's going to take care of everything. So
So it ended up I didn't have to take care of them, that they came and got them.
yeah.
But I didn't know that when I picked them up. And I was thoroughly willing to take on the job. I didn't know how I was going to do it
Yeah.
because I could barely walk. But anyway, getting on to that's my uh, dog rescue career.
Yeah. Well, that's certainly a noble thing you've done for those many dogs.
I fell in love with all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watch shows like that from time to time. The pet rescue stuff. You ever see the story of the bear, the lion, and the tiger that they were all small little cubs that they got rescued from a drug house raid in Atlanta? You ever see that story?
No.
This drug dealer had a small little cub, a black bear, a tiger, and a lion in the basement. They're all little, and they rescued them, and they all grew up together, and they were the best friends. And they housed them somewhere in Georgia, but they were just best friends. I mean, and guess who was like the alpha male over all the others? Who was the one in charge? You want to guess?
No.
The bear.
That kind of figures, don't it?
The bear. The tiger would even like they showed while they were filming. They were like staring each other down. They got mad at each other about something. The tiger was growling, but then he backed off. And the lady that was over the place said that tiger, like I forget his name. He said he knows the bear. The bear didn't even flinch. He's like that tiger knows that the bear's in charge here, and he just backed away. But it was just really cool, you know. But otherwise, they got along great. But I am sad to say that the lion died a few years ago, about 3 years ago. But I don't know if the other two are still alive or not. But they lived together for like it was over a decade, maybe 12 years or something like that. And they tried to separate them when they were like juveniles, and they all whined and cried and wanted each other so bad they just realized we've got to let them grow up. We just got to let them live together from now on, and that's what happened. It's someplace in Georgia. It's a animal rescue place. But y'all can look it up on YouTube. There's lots of videos on it. But it's worth a look. I'm telling you, it's really hard. It's touching. It's very touching.
I would like to check it up on that.
And I can't remember. I think it's the lion. When he rescued him, his nose was all beat up. I believe it was him. His nose was all banged up and bloody and red, where he had been like trying to get out of some cage, and he banged his nose all up. It was just so sad. But anyway, it was a happy ending to it. But yeah, it's worth a look, worth a view, for sure. Oh, they had a nice place they lived. It was a huge facility. Like they built them like places to climb up on, and like a whole little shed, like not a shed, but like it was kind of elevated a little bit where they could jump in. It's like a little house, like a tree house kind of thing. They had a nice place to roam around.
Yeah, you'll have me when I'm up in the middle of the night. You'll have me going searching for that.
Yeah, I wish I could remember what their names were. I'm wanting to say, but I got that Jungle Book on my mind. I'm wanting to say his name was Baloo the bear, but I can't be. I have not watched it in so long now. But you won't have any problem. If I just type in there bear, tiger, and lion that live together, it'll come up because they've been several videos done on it. I mean, quite a few.
Mr. Ward's getting sleepy now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happened to just Mike? You still here, Mike?
Yeah, I'm sitting here listening to the stories, and I can't top the story.
Are we putting you to sleep?
Yeah, it's a good story. Although the later videos are very moving. I mean, but that's life. Things die, people die, animals die.
Yeah, that's true.
And I can't, like I said, I don't know, I don't know if the tiger and bear are still alive or not. But they may be. I don't know how long bears live, do y'all? I don't have a clue. But
I have no idea. But then now I'm trying to think about it. It seems to me I've heard about this a while back. So
yeah.
Guys, I'll be right back.
all right.
Okay.
puppy will move and let me out. Hey, puppy.
If memory serves me correct, I think the lion got sick with something. I don't think he died from like natural causes. I think something he got, which he was up in age though.
Right.
In the wild, I don't think that lion would have lived that as long as he did, probably. But
Yeah, because they're getting the food every day like they should compared to having to hunt for it.
yeah, and just watching as many nature shows as I have, that lion, he gets up in age, he gets run off by another male lion, and the females do most of the hunting, And so
Right.
now he's off on his own. Now he's old. He can't halfway hunt like he used to. Well, when he did hunt, which he didn't. He didn't very much when he was with the Pride. But I saw a show on this back in the 90s, and it was this lion, he was well up in age, and he literally just couldn't, he had an infection or something, he couldn't hunt, and they showed him just die, kill over. I mean, it
Right.
was kind of sad, but, life is harsh out there.
But that is
So,
part of nature.
yeah. Oh, he had a bad infection back on his backside,
Hmm.
and he obviously he had to eat. He's definitely wasn't gonna make it. He was trying to catch one of those buffalo calves,
Oh,
and of
Lord.
course the mom wasn't having no part of it. And she nearly gouged him, and he just had to leave. But yeah, it was rough, man. You remember that show used to come on back in the 70s? Was it Mutual Omaha?
Right. Right.
Yeah, I used to watch that when I was little. I think that's the first exposure I had to that kind of thing. And then when I got older, I watched Discovery Channel a lot when it came about. But I like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I used to love to watch the Discovery Channel. Now, for the free TV now, you don't have that. So now
No.
you have YouTube if you know how to look for that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you know what you're looking for, there are thousands and thousands of videos.
Yeah, my brother watches a lot of those longer episodes. I think, how'd you find that? You say how he types it in or whatever, and there it is. You just
Oh
kind
yeah.
of have to look through them to see if they're a 10-minute one or if they're an hour-long one.
Yeah. I like the YouTube videos where they bring those animals on those talk shows. You ever watch those? Now those are fun.
Yes, but I don't like them that well because usually the animal will attack somebody.
Yeah, it'll get a little rowdy, but the ones I've seen, they hadn't gotten too bad. But they brought a whole elephant on one talk show, and he was calm and everything. But
Yeah.
they had bananas and watermelon and everything they were feeding him. But it was they brought it was a cheetah on one of them. They brought some animals that I would think the audience members before the show aired would have to sign a waiver or something.
Right.
I mean, like this animal could get loose because these were like huge animals.
And they're kind of dangerous themselves anyway. The cheetahs, if they get mad at you, my understanding, eat your face off. Think, well, how could they do that? But that's their teeth are another working item.
Mm.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome back.
What I missed. Oh, Barry is having he can't stay awake. He needs coffee or something. He needs energy, he says.
But coffee doesn't even do that for me anymore.
Me,
I still like it though.
yeah, I think I'm immune to the effects because I can drink a cup and go straight to bed.
Right.
Go straight to sleep.
I used to be able to, but I can't now. It'll keep me up.
Well, it doesn't matter for me.
How long have I been on, guys? Because guess what? My back hasn't even started to hurt yet.
It says 109 minutes.
That's an hour and a half.
And you're pushing 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah, my back's usually hurting by now. But I think it's
Mm-hmm.
because I'm sitting back a little bit,
Yeah.
keeping my back straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say that's the most important thing is as you get older, try to keep your posture where it needs to be. And trust me, I'm trying my darndest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's helping some for some reason. I still feel real good. Nothing hurting. It's always a good sign. I'll probably shut this down after 2 hours. 2 hours is all I really want to live stream anymore.
Yeah.
I can generally say what I want to say
Mm-hmm.
and let people talk. And when I get on kind of late, like I did today, people start going to bed at this hour, around 11 on the East Coast.
But it is nice to be able to see you again.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really miss chatting with all of you. I was going through withdrawals.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing a live stream myself yesterday. Mr. Ward, good night. Have a good one.
Oh, I thought he was going to go make some coffee. You decided to go to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he gave it up. Good night, Mr. Ward.
Sweet dreams.
Yeah. So what you got on the agenda tomorrow, Mike?
I think tomorrow I'm going to probably go see the chiropractor because that's the day my brother goes to work for the church. So, rain or not, we wouldn't be working on the house anyway. So, I think that'd be a fine time to get readjusted. Yeah, funny thing is, this last time I went and got readjusted, then I went to my son's and helped him with the cows, and that might have thrown me out a little bit. And the time before I went to the chiropractor, I just need to go over to the Kaiser Hospital, and I go over there, and there's this. Uh, I think you call they don't. I don't know what they call them nowadays, but I call him a candy striper that had a wheelchair that just dumped somebody off, and she sees me and she says, "Are you able to go help those people get that man in the car?" I look over there and he's dumped out on the ground. Yeah, great. I just went to the chiropractor and I'm going to rip my back out again, put this poor person in the car. So I went over there and I picked him right up, and that's where half an hour later, because they could stand if you held them, but to get them to get back to get sit down where they needed to. So I think God has something special going on with what He wants me to do. I'm not sure what that is, or maybe I'm being punished, and my penance is almost over with. I hope.
Well, yeah, it would be nice tomorrow if you could relax after your treatment,
Right.
because that's what they tell me to do.
And then
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday we'll be going to breakfast, so we won't be doing anything that day either. So it'll have a over 24-hour period of rest. As long as
Yeah.
no one catches me, I don't go to a traffic accident and have to go pull someone out of a car or something.
Yeah.
Well, I think hubby said Wednesday it's only going to be 77 here, which is quite wonderful, except it's going to rain most of the day. So
Oh,
it
Lord.
doesn't do you any good. You can't go out and work in a garden.
Right?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
my potatoes are finished. The vines are dyed back.
Oh, wow.
They can be dug up.
You gonna do a video on at least one of those plants?
I probably should. I should probably do a video of hubby digging them up.
Yeah, because you showed us your plants after that rainstorm or whatever, where they got flooded, kind of, and they're tall, beautiful plants. I'm just curious to just what those potatoes look like.
Yeah, me too. I'll do a reveal. Yeah, I'll be
I'm
down
just-
there while he digs them up with his plow and
okay,
then goes back and pulls them out of the ground.
right. Well, if you can catch them, do the plow. Show them plowing through there too. How you guys do it? That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would. And it'd be nice to see the quality of the potatoes, knowing they were badly grown. Not my fault, the weather's fault.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
that's
they
not even
got flooded.
that's not even near time for us to dig our potatoes up, and my poor plants are so small. So you think you had neglect? Oh my gosh, it looks like mine were neglected, and I only had I think 4 plants come up out of all those that I put in there. So I'm thinking maybe those sprouts that were on there, I should have probably left a few of the tips just above ground to go for it. But they were only planted maybe 2 inches below the ground, the tips of them. I don't know why they didn't pop up.
Oh my gosh, and I've got squash coming out of my ears.
Mm,
Um, I have to dehydrate them. Now, when he digs up those potatoes, if it gets very many, you have to lay them flat to dry out and season and all that.
right.
You got to see my house. I've got 'em all, because you're not supposed to let the sun hit them at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're all over the garage, all over the porch, all over my house. And every day I go turn them over. All, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take a bunch of them up to Michigan and give them away to the kids and neighbors down here. And because I've got 5 rows, and I think they're 65 feet long.
Oh mercy! I
Uh,
never had that many. I think I usually have something like 6 to 8 plants. I lived on the farm, and they produced so well that that's all we needed for the year.
yeah,
So I'd take them, throw them underneath the shade tree, and I'd gently hose them off so you didn't rip the skin off them.
yeah.
Once they dried, then I'd pack them in sawdust, or I had a few of the burlap bags I could put them in, and they were wonderful.
One thing about a potato when they're freshly dug, their skins are so thin and soft and delicious.
Right,
And you can eat the skins on mine because I don't spray them.
right. Well, that's I say hose them off gently because I first started and I was ripping the skins off. That oh Lord, I guess we're gonna eat those tonight. But it was amazing on how soft those skins were.
Yeah, I like to cook like the small potatoes in with my green beans.
Hmm.
Oh gosh, with a little cornbread. Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I wasn't up for what you just said until you mentioned cornbread. I'll go for all of that now.
I think I'm gonna jump off here, y'all. So I enjoyed it. Glad to speak with you again, Glenda, and same
Thank
to you,
you.
Mike. And
We really enjoyed you, soldier.
yeah, I enjoyed it. And everybody in the chat, it's good to see you again too. Take
Uh,
care, everybody. Deidre, I don't want a kitten, so but but no, I'm just messing with you. But it's good to see everybody. I'm gonna probably watch a movie or something, and go to bed. But take care, everybody.
all right, you have a fine evening, soldier. Until next time, and great stories you've had.
Oh yeah, yeah, y'all look at that. Y'all look that up, okay? You'll like the story. I mean, despite some of the sad ending, but it's a good story nonetheless. But anyway,
All right, good night.
good night.
Night, soldier. Yeah, he's definitely a sweetheart. Sorry, Deidre, you couldn't give your cat away.
Even if it's potty trained.
Yeah, after going to all the trouble of potty training him, they won't even take him.
Heck, if I'd known that, I would have made him an outside cat.
Yeah. So I've got tomorrow. I'm gonna have to get everything ready for my daughter to come down. You know, get her some packing material, and that girl can work.
Now, this is the daughter that you're moving in with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you still have a goal of moving out by October, or you don't know yet?
Oh no, I want to be out by October, by cold weather.
Uh-huh.
Even if the house doesn't sell,
Okay.
I'm moving. I don't know, rent it out, leave it vacant, come visit it. Uh, I don't know. It'd be nice if it sold immediately, wouldn't it?
Yeah, have you checked into it? Do you because I'm gonna guess you're gonna go ahead and have it divided in order to be able to sell it easier?
No, I'm not going to divide it.
Sell it all as one package?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do have a nice little survey that I spent $15,000 to get.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how your area is, but I know back when I was first looking to buy a farm and whatnot, the two places I was going to go through to get a loan, the max they would let you get a loan on was 10 acres.
Yeah.
And the place I ended up with was 21 and a half acres. And so I had to pay cash for that part in order to have it all as one.
Yeah, there's a lot of farms. In fact, most of them are divided up.
And most people, they don't use all that land anyway.
No.
I mean, I had the cattle and I had leasing the neighbors 20 acres next to me, and someone owns some property 2 fields past. So I ran him along the dike, and I think he had 30 acres over there. So my cows had grass everywhere to eat. And I kept it down too.
Yeah. You know, if even if we keep the place, um, if I was careful about who I rented it to, that would be a very good option too.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have that extra income, but that is so scary.
Well, yeah, because, well, see, when I bought the house was, I considered the house free.
Mm-hmm.
That I paid for the land and the house free. You know how you were talking about doing the foundation?
Right?
Well, our addition, that great big room that they put on, they skimped on the foundation, and it was only on like piers of rock. It looked like I'm sure they used more, but to my eye, it looked like they used a half a bag of concrete cement in it.
Right?
Anyway, that room, the reason we got it so cheap, the room was broken in half and was uh, almost ready to fall into the down the hill.
Hmm.
So hubby did what what you had to do on that one.
Right?
He went and got anyway. We called a company out. They wanted $22,000 to fix it,
Jeez.
and of course hubby choked.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "I can fix it." You know
How we are.
yeah, I can fix it for nothing. I buy a couple of jacks. Well, he didn't fix it for nothing, but
but beat the hell out of $20,000.
Yeah. He went to the flea market and bought, I don't know, 5 or 6, 7 great big giant jacks. He jacked it up. He made his own piers on the corners. He jacked it up, and do you believe those bricks that were, it was where it was cracked? And I have pictures of on my camera
Mm-hmm.
where there was a measuring tape, and I forgot what the measurement was, but anyway, it was visibly cracked
Right.
on both sides. Would you believe when he jacked it up, it went back into place, and you can't even see where it was cracked?
Right. I believe that.
So anyway, what he did was he made the piers. He went to China, made the piers, and then after he made the piers, he dug for a footing around the piers,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's when we hired. Because the room was so big and the truck couldn't get, you know, certain places, so it had to be raked. So we hired people and told them that, we'd give them $100 a day, and didn't know how long they would have to work, and they might have to come back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was people, and I said, please show up with a hoe or a rake, and they did. So they had to rake the concrete, and then hubby didn't like so much concrete being poured. It looked like it was bulging.
Mm-hmm.
So he stopped it, and the next day they came back. So there was another 100 for every one of them. So I would say there was probably about 7 people. So, maybe 1,500 in labor.
Right.
I don't know how much the jacks costed, and the concrete was what it was. But I would say maybe, I don't know, 4,000. Does that sound reasonable?
Oh yeah. So was this a part of a basement? Is what you made
No,
it into?
no. That was
Just the foundation period.
for the addition.
Yeah.
The house's foundation is perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but they added a room and they skimped on it. And anyway, I believe it would hold the Taj Mahal now. Because when Mr. B fixes something, it's usually overkill.
It's worth putting the money into so you don't have that headache. And I can just see that foundation bulging. Yeah, I would have stopped. Otherwise, you could have had a paved driveway coming straight up the hill.
Yes.
If that thing left or broke.
Oh, yeah. That was a lot of concrete.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I should probably do a video on that and show the picture of the crack.
Right.
And if you look really close, you could probably find where it was cracked, but it doesn't show from maybe 20 feet away.
Well, most people, like the house we're working on at Roy's, they're not going to see what we did wrong or right or whatever unless they're into remodeling or doing that kind of stuff. Otherwise, they come, they see a painted house, they see the front door, and in they go. They don't see anything else.
Yeah. So, yeah, but Mr. B doesn't think he even spent 4,000, but
And that was a few years ago.
yeah. But I think it was, when you call those trucks in, that's not cheap either.
Yeah, because they usually go by either miles or how long they have to sit there until that truck's emptied.
Yeah. But I guarantee you that room is not going down the hill now unless there's a major earthquake.
Which is a very good thing, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's
So how far down did he dig for you is hitting rock? Because I was kind of curious when you said they used a half a bag for the footings or whatever to hold the house up. I was wondering, well, did they hit rocks? So they figured they're just leveling it on top of that rock, or
I don't know what they're thinking, but sure didn't work because that room was cracked right in half.
right?
And I looked at it, oh my gosh, even I could have done better than that.
Well, the only thing I can say is your husband wanted a challenge, and he did it when he bought that place.
Oh, you don't know. You don't know the half of it. But anyway, I considered the house free when we bought it.
Right.
Um, so now, of course, it's rather nice house. It's built with 2x6s. It's got that perma roof, steel roof, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and the basement is lovely. It's got the poured walls, so they didn't skimp on that. I don't know. Maybe the kids built that room. You know, he had a bunch of teenage boys.
Right.
So anyway, how we found it was they, like us, decided to move in with their children and in a nice subdivision up in Lexington.
Mm-hmm.
And so they wanted rid of it, and we picked it up pretty cheap. However, we put a fortune into it, a fortune.
And
We had
just
to put in a whole new septic,
mm,
a lot of electrical work, and a lot of plumbing. Anyway, uh, you know, it's a pretty decent house now. I'd hate for it, to get vandalized, but
right.
I'll take care of it somehow. But I do want to go. And once I make up my mind I want to leave, I usually, don't let small things get in my way.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And besides that, even if you kept it until the two of you pass, well, now the kids get to deal with it. Just like
Yeah.
my piggy bank saving all this change, they're gonna have to deal with it when I pass, not me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, the kids can worry what to do with it.
You know, who knows? Maybe they'll all want to move out there, and they can divide the property up amongst themselves.
Well, the you know, there's a lot of value in the timber on here,
Okay.
and it's got coal,
Hmm.
salt. In fact, my town was actually founded as a salt mine, if you will.
Oh, so that means that possibly the wells that are on there were salty, is why they went with city water then.
Probably.
Because when we lived in Michigan in the old farmhouse, uh, that they had the well there, it was so salty that if you poured yourself a glass of water, you could see the salt swirling in the glass. And we were used to drinking it, but when the company come over, they couldn't do it.
Yeah. In fact, I have a picture that was painted by a local artist of how our town started, and it was just a little depot next to a train track. That was the town.
Hmm.
It's gorgeous.
You
And
still, you
salt
still,
was why it was founded, and they shipped salt out of here.
how much coal's in that area, or is it just spots here and there?
Uh, there's enough,
Does
but
the town do anything with coal, or as in digging it, or is it just kind of your property that you know of?
well, I don't pursue that
Mm-hmm.
now. Like I said, I did log it. Um, when I first moved down here, I put the money, some of it, into my granddaughter's uh, college fund,
Mm-hmm.
and it was astronomical, and I didn't have to lift a finger. I mean, the money was so, and I only allowed them to cut the big ones, so that the smaller ones would make it.
So you had selective harvesting, so you'd have more harvesting later if need be.
Yeah. Well, plus I didn't want it to look like it was. Oh my gosh, to look at a bald mountain, that would drive me nuts.
Right.
Well, you can't see where it was logged. You cannot see it. Well, you saw pictures of my farm. You don't see baldness
Nope.
anywhere.
Nope.
And anyway, we made a fortune with that, and that was 10 years ago. So of course it's probably due again. But see, the property would be more valuable for sale with marketable timber.
Right.
So, um,
And you'll get a better value out of it without dealing with possible headache or whatever.
yeah. So, anyway, if the kids wanted to fool with that, they could. But yeah, that was some big money, and we didn't even have to raise a finger. They used their equipment,
Mm-hmm.
and they took a percentage, and yeah, it was fast, easy money that we needed. Of course, we put a ton of money in here, but we needed some for remodeling, and like I said, some for you know the grandkids' education.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, you get to do what you need to do with the money to make you happy again.
yeah, so that's always an option if we don't sell it, or you know, I'm sure it's worth more money though. To someone that would want it. I mean, it would be more marketable. I mean,
Right. So, in other words, realistically, if you, let's say, found a 2 acre farm and you needed more money, you could have some of it selectively logged again, and not all of it, or enough to get you by to make you
oh,
comfortable.
absolutely. If I ever needed money, yeah, and I'm talking, you know, I'm talking up to, I think sometimes we got like 10 grand a month,
Mm-hmm.
and that's no chump change.
Right.
And they also didn't work every day, and it rained, and they couldn't work, but um, and it was a small crew that did it. So yeah, I think that's excellent money. So, you know, who, you know, who couldn't use an extra 10 grand a month?
No kidding. Yeah, you already that'd give you. Well, we're not gonna tell everybody how much I'd give you per month, counting mine.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the people that would buy my farm already know this. They look at the trees and they already know it
Mm-hmm.
because that's what people do down here. And they would look at the timber and go, well, you know, in fact, the timber could probably pay for the farm, you know.
Right.
So, you know, and then of course, right now there's a house on it and a barn and a garage and a couple of wells, 3 or 4 wells.
A
So it's a
bigger
good,
flat place,
huh?
a bigger flatter place. You can
Yeah.
tell that mountain was slowly being moved.
You know, there is a huge um, piece of flat land that I never videoed, but it's over from the church.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. And there's a little knoll in the back that would be lovely for a home.
And that'd be closer. The church is closer into the main road compared to where you are now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I never videoed too much of that, but it's a gorgeous area. A lot of the farmers around here are always trying to hit us up to let us let them graze their cattle on our property,
Right.
but I don't do that. Rosanna, I've been here 12, 13 years. 12, 12.
Some of the cattle farmers kind of abuse the land too.
Exactly.
So
I know there was a couple of guys that wanted to put some kind of a trap in our creek.
mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know what he's trapping, but anyway, he says, I told him no. That's my standard answer, no. If it belongs to me, no, you can't use it. And he says, well, you know, you don't own the creek. I says, I may not, but I do own all the property surrounding it. And the minute you step foot on my property, you're trespassing.
Right. If
All
those
right, all right.
if those animals were bothering you, then I could see it. Otherwise, yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
The less people coming on your property, the less they're going to be begging.
Well, I have people that sneak on my property to dig ginseng because there's big money in it.
Right.
And I've been trying to discourage that. But, you know, it's hard to watch over 200 acres. So, but anyway, I just want gone. I want to be gone. I can't wait to be with the babies, the children. My friends are there that I went to school with.
Mm.
And I've kept track with a lot of them via Facebook.
They're probably excited then that you're moving back.
Yeah. Yeah, they all want to have lunch with me when I get up there. So, do you have any of your childhood or school friends? Uh,
I
no, you.
have a couple of them on Facebook, but for the ones I cared about, but one moved to Florida. The other one's a gold digger here in town, and I'm not talking in the ground. He's just kind of weird, and so I don't really associate with him. Otherwise, I don't know where the rest of them have gone. I'm sure in somewhere where it's drier and warmer. In fact, we haven't had a class reunion for, good Lord, 12 years or something I know of. That or they just haven't contacted me.
Yeah. So, yeah, I did want to tell all the people in the chat that if you don't see me, it's because I'm really, really busy. And you guys have no idea. I've tried to tell you, but it's hard to fathom how much junk I got. And I have to deal with that. I will not leave a mess for someone else to clean up. So I will tend to it somehow. And anyway, I try to keep up with you guys on YouTube. I try to watch your videos and keep up with you. And if I do stop in at a live stream anymore, I only stay like 10 minutes and then I leave. But then again, a lot of people are doing that, especially homesteading channels, because the homesteaders are really busy right now. And, you know, you don't see the traffic in YouTube like you do in the wintertime. So you
Summer
found
does slow.
like,
Summer does slow down when it comes to a lot of videos. I will admit that.
well, what
Yeah.
happened to them? Oh, okay. Oh, Deidre got him. Fantastic, because guess what, Deidre? I reported him. So,
Yeah, I was leaving them set there.
yeah. So that we've had two. That's not too bad.
Nope.
But anyway, I'll catch up with you guys. Sooner or later.
And everyone should understand that you're obviously, like you said, very busy right now. And it is a stressful time too, because you have to go through all that stuff and trying to get it done in time. And so there's a lot going on in your life. So
Yeah,
I should hope other people understand.
I should hope so too. And most of them that do know what I'm going through are very understanding. And I do appreciate them coming in tonight. I had a bunch come through.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can't live stream like I was. I can't even upload because, um, what is it? They say you can spend 3 or 4 hours for a 3-minute video.
At least.
Yeah. Yeah. And so even making videos are hard, but I do try to upload a little bit. I have lots of ideas, lots of great ones, but, no time to do it.
Well, do if you can. If you're going to do those potatoes, try to get that one, because I've seen a tractor before go through, but I don't know what your husband has or anything else. But it was the vintage things that Dad had used to dig his potatoes.
Yeah, I bet it's the same thing.
It might be. I mean, that was years ago. I couldn't even tell you what it looked like now, but I remember this one vintage thing he had would hill the potatoes as they were coming up and whatnot. So
You know, you by doing it with machinery, it's a lot easier and faster. Of course, you sacrifice a few potatoes; they get cut.
right,
But
right.
big deal. At least it's not your back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because otherwise you're using a wide fork and you're popping each one out,
Yeah,
and oh man, yeah, I know.
yeah, yeah. That was nice work for Deidre. She, I didn't even see him uh, get that one troll. He was there and then he was gone. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I know I've been on about 2 hours by now. Uh, if not, it's close enough. Uh, and Mike, I have really enjoyed seeing you and talking to you again. I've enjoyed the chat.
Do
And
you know how to sign off or close your stream but not leave?
I did it once with Bobby.
But try it and we'll see.
Okay.
But otherwise, I'll say goodnight to everybody.
Yes.
Thanks,
And God bless each and every one of you.
thanks for coming
Richly
in.
abundantly. Okay, let's see how you do this. Do you want to give me a refresher?
I don't remember how to do it either, and if you accidentally dump everything, I'll email you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bobby told me about that.
I think you just go find the button that says go offline, and then wait a few seconds after it's offline.
Oh,
Good night, Rosanna, Deidre.
good night to you all. And I won't be gone all that long from the internet. You know, I miss you too bad. Yeah, you know, that was so strange, but Bobby showed me how to do it, and I forgot it already.
Well, I don't know yet if you see the screen you originally started this on, because there should be a button there that shows go offline. I haven't done it enough to keep it in my head either.
Hmm. Nope.
Like I say, if anything, I'll give you email.
Okay, send me an email. I need to know how
Alrighty.
to do that.
Alrighty. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
And thanks for having me on.
Oh, it was lovely chatting with you again.